What's up, food fanatics? Welcome to the ultimate culinary road trip. We're about to take a deep dive into some of the most righteous eats on the planet. I'm talking about food that's so good it's off the hook. But have you ever stopped to think about why people in one place eat totally different stuff than people somewhere else? It's not just random, my friends. It's a full-on story of history, weather, some seriously cool traditions. We're talking about how a country's geography, its culture, and even its crazy weather patterns cook up the most bomb.com dishes you've ever tasted. This ain't your average cooking class, this is a worldwide tour of flavor, and you've got a front row seat. Think about it like this: every country has its own unique flavor fingerprint. It's a combination of what grows in the ground, what swims in the sea, and what traditions have been passed down for generations. One country might be all about the slow-cooked, hearty stews because it's freezing cold most of the year. Another spot, kissed by the sun, is going to be serving up light, fresh dishes with a ton of fruit and veggies. It's a wild ride, and we're going to explore how these local secrets turn simple ingredients into mind-blowing meals. We are cranking the flavor dial all the way up to 11 on this journey, so buckle up. We're not just talking about recipes here, we're digging into the soul of the food. Why does one place use a million spices while another keeps it simple with just salt and pepper? Why is sharing a meal from one big plate a huge deal in one culture, while another is all about individual portions? These are the questions that lead us straight to the heart of Flavortown. This is your all-access pass to the global kitchen, and trust me, it's going to be out of bounds. Let's fire it up and get this flavor train rolling down the tracks. Alright, first stop, Italy, the land of pasta, pizza, and pure unadulterated deliciousness. Now you might think Italian food is super complex, but the real secret is killer simplicity. It's all about the ingredients, baby. Because Italy is a long peninsula, that famous boot shape. It's got miles and miles of coastline. That means fresh, righteous seafood is always on the menu. Plus, the sunny Mediterranean climate is perfect for growing amazing tomatoes, olives, and basil. These aren't just ingredients, they're the rock stars of the Italian kitchen. They let these beautiful fresh flavors do all the talking. It's not about hiding anything, it's about celebrating that sun-ripened tomato. One of the coolest things about Italy is that it wasn't even one country until the 1860s. It was a bunch of different kingdoms and regions, each with its own boss-level cooking style. That's why the food in the north is totally different from the food in the south. Up north, where it's cooler and borders countries like France and Switzerland, you'll find richer dishes with butter, cream, and rice like risotto. But head down south, and it's a whole other flavor party. It's hotter, a bit poorer historically, so they use olive oil, tomatoes, and dried pasta. Let's talk about a dish that is straight up money: pasta puttanesca. The name itself is a wild story, meaning pasta in the style of a prostitute. The legend says it was a quick and easy dish that ladies of the night could whip up between clients using simple pantry staples. We're talking olives, capers, anchovies, and garlic all thrown together with some canned tomatoes. It's salty, it's zesty, it's got a kick, and it comes together in minutes. It's a perfect example of how Italians can take a handful of simple, powerful ingredients and create something that is just an explosion of righteous flavor. So when you're twirling that forkful of spaghetti, remember you're not just eating pasta, you're tasting the sunshine, the sea, and centuries of history. And that, my friends, is a philosophy I can get behind. Now that's what I call real deal authentic flavor that will have you saying, holy cannoli. Next up, we're blasting off to the other side of the world, Japan. This place is an island nation, and that's the #1 clue to its food scene. When you're surrounded by water, what are you gonna eat? Fish, and tons of it. The Japanese have turned seafood into a legit art form. We're talking about sushi and sashimi so fresh it practically melts in your mouth. But it's not just about the ocean. The country is also super mountainous, which means there isn't a lot of flat land for raising big animals like cows. That's a big reason why their diet is traditionally based on fish, rice, and vegetables. It's all about working with what the land and the sea gives you. Japanese cooking is all about respect. Respect for the seasons, respect for the ingredients, and respect for balance. They have this killer concept called shun, which means eating food when it's at its absolute peak of freshness and flavor. In the spring, you'll find bamboo shoots and strawberries. In the fall, it's all about mushrooms and sweet potatoes. This philosophy creates a beautiful, ever-changing menu that connects people to the rhythm of nature. They also focus on the rule of 5, using 5 colors, 5 tastes, and 5 senses in every meal to create a perfectly harmonious dish. That is some next-level culinary wizardry. Let's get into a dish that is totally unique: fugu, or pufferfish. This is the daredevil of the food world, folks. The pufferfish is famously poisonous. Its organs contain a toxin that's way more potent than cyanide. Only super-skilled, licensed chefs who have trained for years are allowed to prepare it. They have to remove the toxic parts with surgical precision, leaving only the delicious, safe-to-eat flesh. People in Japan love the delicate flavor and the slight tingling sensation it can leave on your lips. Eating fugu is a total adrenaline rush, a culinary trust fall that shows just how seriously they take skill and tradition in their cooking. From a perfectly sliced piece of tuna to a steaming bowl of ramen, Japanese food is a story of precision, balance, and making the most of a unique landscape. It's a delicate dance of flavors: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and that magical fifth taste, umami, which means savory deliciousness. They find beauty and simplicity and elevate every single ingredient to its highest potential. It's food that's as beautiful to look at as it is to eat. Now that is what I call a masterpiece on a plate. Holy fugu, that's some serious skill. Alright, let's turn up the heat and jet down to Mexico, a place where every meal is a full-blown fiesta. Mexican food is a vibrant explosion of color, spice, and deep soulful history. You can't talk about Mexican cuisine without talking about three key players: corn, beans, chili peppers. This holy trinity has been the foundation of the diet here for thousands of years, going all the way back to the Aztecs and Mayans. Corn, or maize, is especially sacred. It's not just food, it's the heart of the culture. They grind it, boil it, and turn it into tortillas, tamales, and a hearty drink called atole. It's the ingredient that ties the entire nation's menu together. The geography of Mexico is wild, man. You've got scorching deserts, lush tropical jungles, high mountain ranges. This diversity means that the food is incredibly regional. In the coastal areas like Veracruz, you'll find seafood dishes with a Spanish and Caribbean flair using tomatoes, olives, capers. But head down to Oaxaca and you're in the land of the seven moles. Mole is a super complex, rich sauce: chilies, nuts, seeds, spices, chocolate. Each family has its own secret recipe passed down through generations. That's some serious flavor heritage right there. Now for a fun fact that will blow your mind. You know that smoky flavor you love in chipotle peppers? That comes from a tradition that's as old as the hills. The Aztecs were the OG pitmasters. They figured out that smoking was a great way to preserve food, especially chili peppers. They would dry smoke jalapenos over wood fires and bam, the chipotle was born. And let's talk about another funky ingredient, huitlacoche. It's a fungus that grows on corn called corn smut, or the Mexican truffle. It might look a little gnarly, but it has an earthy, smoky, sweet flavor. They saute it with onions and garlic and stuff it into quesadillas. It's funky, it's delicious, and a total delicacy. Mexican food is a mashup of indigenous traditions and Spanish influences from the 1500s. The Spanish brought pork, chicken, cheese, wheat, which remixed the local food scene. That's how we got carnitas, slow-cooked pork, and cheesy quesadillas. It's a cuisine that evolves but never forgets its roots. Every bite is a taste of sunshine, a dash of history, and a whole lot of love. It's bold, it's spicy, and it's always ready to party. That, my friends, is how you build a flavor fiesta. Next, we're taking a righteous detour to the Horn of Africa to check out the incredible food of Ethiopia. This is a culinary experience that's unlike anything else on the planet, and it's all about one thing: sharing. Ethiopian meals are a communal affair, a real get-together. Forget forks and knives, the only utensil you need is injera. This is a giant, spongy, sourdough flatbread with a slightly tangy flavor. It's like an edible plate and spoon all in one. All the different stews, called wats, are piled right on top of the injera, and everyone at the table tears off pieces to scoop up the delicious food. It's a beautiful way to eat that brings everyone together. Now let's talk flavor. Ethiopian food is known for its deep, complex, and spicy character. The secret weapon is a spice blend called berber. It can have up to 20 different ingredients, including chili peppers, garlic, ginger, fenugreek, other aromatic spices. It gives the food its signature deep red color and a warm, spicy kick. Another key ingredient is niter kiba, a clarified butter cardamom cinnamon. It adds a rich, nutty, and aromatic flavor to everything it touches. Because of the country's strong Orthodox Christian tradition, there are a lot of fasting days where people avoid meat and dairy. This has made Ethiopian cuisine a paradise for vegetarians and vegans. They have developed an insane variety of delicious plant-based wats made from lentils, split peas, chickpeas, greens. The Misir wat, a spicy red lentil stew, shiro wat, a chickpea stew, are so hearty and flavorful, you won't even miss the meat. It's a perfect example of how cultural traditions can shape a country's menu. One of the most iconic dishes you gotta know is doro wat, a spicy chicken stew. It's slow-cooked for hours in berbere and niter kibbeh until the chicken is fall-off-the-bone tender. It's rich, it's spicy, and it's traditionally served with a hard-boiled egg nestled in the middle of the stew. Making doro wat is a labor of love, often reserved for special occasions. It's a dish that represents hospitality, celebration, and deep, soulful flavors. Eating Ethiopian food isn't just a meal, it's an event, a journey, and a whole lot of fun. Alright, hold on to your Viking helmets because our next stop is the land of fire and ice, Iceland. This place is a volcanic island way up in the North Atlantic. Its geography is extreme: glaciers, volcanoes, long dark winters. For centuries there wasn't much that could grow here. The original Icelanders, the Vikings, had to get super creative. Diet, lamb, dairy, seafood from the frigid ocean. Preservation was the name of the game. They smoked, salted, dried, fermented. Thermometer, traditional wild eats. One of the most infamous, hakarl, fermented shark. Greenland shark is poisonous, so they made it safe. Bury in a shallow pit, press with stones to squeeze out fluids. Let it ferment for months, then hang to dry for months more. The result? Strong ammonia smell, chewy texture. A rite of passage tying modern Icelanders to Viking ancestors. Icelandic food isn't all fermented shark. They use geothermal energy to cook, natural hot springs and steam. They bake bread underground. Rugbrod, dark, dense, slightly sweet rye bread. Dough in a pot, buried near a hot spring, baked slowly for 24 hours. Result? Crustless, cake-like bread. Perfect with butter and smoked fish. Today, old traditions plus modern innovation. Greenhouses heated by geothermal energy. Fresh vegetables grown year-round. Skyr, thick, creamy, protein-packed dairy. Skyr with wild Icelandic blueberries. From underground bread to fermented shark. Resilience and innovation in one of the world's most extreme environments. Get ready to have your senses overloaded. We're heading to India. It's a whole subcontinent of flavor. The food here is as diverse as its people, languages, landscapes. We're talking about a culinary universe with more variety than you can imagine. A big reason for this is religion and culture. A huge portion of the population is Hindu, and many follow a vegetarian diet. This has led to the most incredible and creative vegetarian cooking on the planet. They have mastered the art of using spices, lentils, and vegetables to create dishes that are so rich and satisfying, you'll be asking, meet who? The geography of India plays a massive role in what people eat. In the north, you have the mighty Himalayas. It's colder, so the food is richer and heartier. They use more dairy like yogurt and ghee, which is clarified butter, and they eat more bread like naan and roti, which are cooked in a super hot clay oven called a tandoor. This is where you'll find creamy dishes like butter chicken and palak paneer, which is spinach with cheese. But travel south, and it's a whole different ballgame. It's tropical, with a huge coastline. The food is lighter, often spicier, and uses coconut and rice as staples. Think tangy fish curries and crispy, crepe-like dosas. The real magic of Indian food lies in the spices. It's not just about heat, it's about building layers and layers of complex flavor. Turmeric, cumin, coriander, cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, and on and on. One of the key techniques is tadka, or tempering, where whole or ground spices are fried briefly in hot oil or ghee to release their essential oils and aromas. This fragrant, spicy oil is then poured over a dish like a lentil dal at the end of cooking. It's like a flavor bomb that instantly elevates the entire dish from good to shut the front door. Amazing. Let's talk about a snack that has taken over the world, the samosa. This little triangular pocket of joy is the perfect example of India's food history. It actually originated in the Middle East centuries ago as a pastry called sambosa, and was brought to India by traders, but Indians made it their own, stuffing it with a spicy mixture of potatoes, peas, and onions. It's the ultimate street food, crispy on the outside, soft and savory on the inside, and perfect for dipping in a sweet chutney or spicy chutney. Our last stop on this flavor tour is a real hidden gem, Peru. This South American country is a triple threat when it comes to geography: a long Pacific coastline, towering Andes Mountains, and a slice of the Amazon rainforest. This incredible diversity of ecosystems means Peru has one of the most diverse pantries on the planet. We're talking thousands of varieties of potatoes, hundreds of types of corn, and an insane amount of fresh seafood. The food here is a righteous fusion of ancient Inca traditions and influences from Spanish influences, African influences, and Asian influences. You can't talk about Peruvian food without bowing down to the king of all dishes, ceviche. It's made from raw fish, cut into small pieces and marinated or cooked in the acidic juice of fresh limes, sliced red onions, chili peppers, called ají, fresh cilantro. The lime juice firms up the fish, turning it opaque and giving it a killer texture. It's typically served with a side of sweet potato, and big crunchy corn kernels called concha. It's simple, it's fresh, and it's a total flavor explosion. Now let's climb up into the Andes, the ancient home of the Incas. This is potato country, my friends. The Incas domesticated the potato thousands of years ago. Today there are over 4,000 different types found in Peru. One classic mountain dish is pachamanca. They marinate different kinds of meat, lamb, pork, chicken, along with potatoes and other veggies wrapped in leaves. They dig a pit, line it with hot stones, place the food inside, cover it with more hot stones and earth, and let it cook for hours. An underground barbecue that gives incredible earthy, smoky flavor. The fusion aspect of Peruvian food gets even more interesting. In the 19th century, Chinese immigrants created chifa. Wok frying techniques meet Peruvian ingredients like ají and potatoes. That gave us dishes like lomo saltado, a stir-fry of beef, onions, tomatoes, and French fries all served with rice, from the fresh ceviche of the coast to the hearty pachamanca of the mountains. Peruvian food is a vibrant and surprising journey that's full of history and mind-blowing flavor. Wow, what a whirlwind tour of righteous eats! We traveled from the tomato-rich fields of Italy to the icy shores of Iceland, from the spicy fiestas of Mexico to the communal tables of Ethiopia. We've seen how a country's landscape, its history, and its unique culture all get cooked into the food on the plate. It's a beautiful thing, man. A simple bowl of noodles, a piece of grilled fish, can tell you a story that's thousands of years old. It connects you to the people and the place. Food is the universal language. Every dish has a story to tell. Italian food, simplicity and killer ingredients. Japanese cooking, precision and respect for the seasons. Mexican food, ancient history and sunny vibes. Ethiopian communal meals, spiritual sharing. Icelandic Viking food traditions. Indian spice markets and layers of flavor. Peruvian surprising fusion flavors. Every single one of these places is a testament to making delicious magic with what you've got. This is just a small taste of what's out there, folks. The world is a giant, all-you-can-eat buffet of amazing stories and dynamite dishes. Every country, every city, every little town has its own flavor secrets just waiting to be discovered. So I'm telling you, get out there and be adventurous. Try that dish you can't pronounce. Step into that little neighborhood restaurant you've always walked past. Ask questions, learn the stories, and open your mind and your mouth to new flavors. You don't have to hop on a plane, you can start your own flavor tour right in your own city. This whole world of food is out there, just waiting for you to take a bite. It's a never-ending road trip of deliciousness, and the best part is, there's always something new to try. So let's get the conversation started. I gotta know what got your taste buds fired up and ready to go. After hearing about all these killer cuisines and their off-the-hook stories, there's only one question left to ask. Which country's cuisine would you like to try first?